The value of a life. I would speak with you about the value of a life. Now, in truth, when I speak to you of such a topic, names easily spring to mind of ones where you can say, well, I know of famous ones who have had impact upon history, upon the evolution of collective consciousness. Even one Jeshua, whose life teachings, although they have been a bit molded down through the ages, still have impact. There is a whole list of names you can bring to mind of ones to whom you would say, well, there was a life that had value. And this is true. But I will say to you that your life has value, much value. Many of you have asked, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose? It is to remember the value of life itself and to be friend, true friend, equal, to recognize the Christ in each one, to be able to have the unconditional love to see in the other one the goodness that perhaps other ones cannot see or have not looked far enough to see. The value of a life is not measured in what goals, as the world would set goals, are met, not achievements, not certificates that are up on the wall. Those are pleasant, yes, but the value of a life is measured by how many ones you have touched and how you've helped feel lighter. Your world right now is going through much that is going through 2,000 years ago, where separation is seen between cultures, where separation is seen between brother and brother, sister and sister, where ones feel that they have to prove that they have more value, more power than others, and where they will wage the violence, the war, in order to prove that at least temporarily they are the rulers and the masters. But it is, as you have recognized, temporary. Your world right now is very much on the threshold of making a shift into light. It is time, and it is time, as you have decreed it, that there be more recognition of friendship, of purpose, of believing in self, lowercase s and also the capital S, and remembering the divine self which has allowed you to play with all the drama of the lowercase s self. Your world is at a place now where it is calling out for light, for you to know the value of your life. So you have come into this lifetime and you have said, okay, Father, send me. I will go one more time into the place that yet believes in darkness, and I will find challenges. But I will see them not as challenges, I will see them as gifts. Because of my seeing, I will allow others to have opportunity to see themselves through my eyes, and to see the potential for remembrance of the good of the light that there is and to go lightly in the world. You touch everyone and everything that you pass in the journey of a life. There are stories told of my energy that when ones would be in my presence, there was a healing. You have known ones in this lifetime and other lifetimes where if you were in their presence, all illusion of disease and disharmony faded away, disappeared quite magically, because they were attuned to the truth of your being, the truth of their being. They knew the wholeness of the divine holy child, and they knew it to extend where it was energetically possible for others to feel it. You have ones who have what is now called charisma. You have ones who are enthusiastic. They are caught up in theos, in God, in their God nature and your God nature, and they are enthusiastic. When you are in their presence, what happens? You begin to feel enthusiastic. You begin to feel lighter. You begin to feel lifted up. And as you will go through the rest of that day or week feeling enthusiastic, it spreads. The converse of that, of course, is a bit true as well. So watch your thoughts, watch your feelings, and do not place guilt upon yourself if you have what you call a down day or a down moment. Just say, okay, that was a human thought, and let it go, because you have agreed that you will live your humanhood. You will live the life of a human, and you will know the way of the world. You have now what you feel to be leaders of this geopolitical grouping that you feel are either misguided or following their own agenda with no thought for other ones. Now, in truth, they have sincerity of heart. They have started out wanting to make their life impactful in a positive way. But along the way, there have been certain forces that have seemingly been strong, so that they have been influenced to make what you would see and judge to be not the judgments or decisions that you would make. Hear me well. You can influence those decisions, and I will tell you why. Your world is of your making. All kinds of possibilities exist around you at any moment, and you are as a magnet that attracts to itself that which you believe to be possible. Now the other ones, who are not separate from you, but are seemingly separate from you, are playing in their own sandbox, doing their own thing. Everyone else has their own perspective on things, their own world that they move in. But your world is determined by what you want to see, what you believe is possible, what you truly believe is possible. Start out with what feels to be imagination. As you will practice the imagining and allow it to expand, your world has to change. Because you are changing your magnet. You are changing what you attract to you because of what you believe to be possible. Others have different magnets. Others, for whatever reason, play out their own drama. We have spoken of that many other times. But for you, you can influence the leaders because of your consciousness, because of what you believe can happen. Now, your news media wants to give you a lot of information of drama. That is what it is paid to do. It is a separated ego that runs in from the wings onto the stage and says, "Here, look at this, Master. What do you think of this?" Well, your news media does that too. It throws out information to you, and if your magnet says, "Oh yes, that must be true. All of this stuff that I don't really like is happening," then that is the world that you are going to be living in, at least temporarily. But the good news is you can change it, because you can change your magnet. You can change your belief. I see you doing this because you are interested in something more than what the news media tells you. You are interested in something more than just what the world says has to be. I see you reading. I see you asking questions. I see you looking at your videotapes which allow the mind to expand. I see you in your quiet times of meditation where you are one with nature, where you feel that you are nurturing your magnet. As you will practice nurturing your magnet, nurturing your belief that your world and everything that comes into your consciousness can be as you would like it to be, your world, everything you perceive, begins to change. At first it may seem a bit tenuous. It may feel a bit strange. It may feel like, I'm not sure it's really here to stay. But as you keep on working with the magnet, nurturing it with quiet times, nurturing it with the grateful thoughts, nurturing it with the uplifting reading and talking that you do with other ones who support you, the magnet changes. Then everything around you that comes to your consciousness has to change. You are the master of your consciousness. You are the master of your magnet. You are the master of your world. For so long, generation upon generation, you have been taught that your magnet is already set because of generational teaching. This is the way the world is. This is how people treat each other. And if you are lucky, maybe you will get through life easily and there won't be too many challenges in it. Nobody has ever taught you that you can change your magnet. Nobody has ever said you that you are the master, to place you where you really begin to feel to know it. Yes, you have heard the word said that you create your own reality, but to really understand that all is of energy, you are energy brought into a coalesced form of body, you have never felt that to the place of knowing. The body of light coalesced into form because of your intention to have form. Everything is energy. As you go along, you pick up with your magnet what you believe you can attract. You have proved to yourself, sometimes most miraculously, experiences which happen and you say, well, how could that happen? Hey, that's really great. Where'd that come from? It came from a subtle change in what you believed your magnet could attract. For so long you have gone through lifetimes buying what was the common denominator, the lowest common denominator, because that is what was believed in. And for many, many lifetimes there has been the still small voice within you that has said, but there must be something more. I do have hope. So what you do now with the magnet, you begin to understand that you can and do attract to yourself that which you believe to be possible. And as you are now expanding what you will allow in as a possibility, probability, and then reality, you nurture the magnet, you nurture yourself, and you begin to see miracles all around you. You begin to say, this life has value. Every life has value. As you will nurture the magnet, as you will nurture and understand the law of attraction and the law of energy, you will begin to see that there are no thing, no circumstance that you cannot change. You have attracted to yourself that which you are experiencing. At the same time, I have seen you. When you are in the midst of experiencing something, you get to judging it. You are very good at judging, but allow. Stand in the place of the beholder. Play with possibilities. Whenever the world presents to you that which seems to be fixed and stuck, say, okay, I see the appearance. Now how can I see this anew? If it is energy, and I assure you that it is, it can be changed. Energy has to flow. It is always flowing. And if it is flowing, it is going to change. You are energy, and you are flowing. You are changing. Circumstance around you are changing. Allow yourself to play with possibilities. Be outrageous in your thinking of possibilities. Take off all the limitations of, well, I can't do that because I don't have enough golden coins. I can't do that because I'm too old. I can't do that because nobody in my family has ever done that. I can't do that because, etc. Say, well, if I could do that, how would it feel? What would the first step be? If all the limitations were taken off, where would I start with this? Then a miracle does happen, because you see that the first step is possible. So you take the next step, and as you step out of what is called faith, the next stepping stone is provided in front of you. As you change your magnet, and as you change your world around you, you have impact on others, magnets as well. You do not set out to do it because I'm going to change your magnet, but because you are changing your own belief system, and because your life starts to take a different direction, others take notice. You have much power that is yet to be tapped, to be understood, to be remembered. One of the most wonderful teachings, experience that I had was the Masters in the Far East, where this was explained to me. First in concept form, as I've just now presented you with the concept of the magnet. It was presented to me not exactly as a magnet, but it was presented as energy. Like attracts like. You've heard that. And then to play with. What if I want to attract the hummingbird to me? I believe it is possible. You send out an energy wave of welcome, of attraction, of knowing, of belief, of expectation. You practice, perhaps small things first, or big things. You do have impact, even on what you see to be distant from you. As you do that, you are changing your magnet, and you are changing others indirectly. As I said, you do not sit down and say, I'm going to have impact on your magnet. I'm going to change you. You change your own magnet, your own world, your own perception of your world, and you call it good. Why do you have that saying in your Holy Scriptures that God created, which He did, and called it good? It is because nurturing the belief system, the magnet, allows you to understand that all is good. All is of divine making. But for so long, no one has told you that to a place where you could hear it, to a place where you actually took it and started to use it. To prove to yourself that I can change my magnet. I can change that which I attract to myself. You change yourself. You change your world by changing the magnet, and you can and do attract to yourself that which you believe to be possible. Each and every one of you has more value than ever you've been taught or told or even remembered. Each and every one of you is a success story walking on 2 feet. You have made lemonade out of the lemons, I suppose, and the future may require more lemonade. Each and every one of you is more valuable than ever you've ever contemplated. And each and every one of you is so needed at this time and so loved at this time that God has given you to this world. For God so loves this world that He gives you to know your value and to be the light. Go forth now as the light, the sunshine of everyone's life. So be it.